what is my intention with my work? Why am I spending all this time? What am I hoping for? What am I hoping to contribute? Am I hoping to contribute? Or am I just doing it for me, for some kind of, need that I have to be noticed or be seen? Because I've thought about that from time to time. Like, do I just need to, for people to see me? Do I just want to be popular? Like, I'm not a sociable kind of person. I don't hang out with people, stuff like that. I lead a very solitary life. So am I wanting to be on stage, or am I trying to get attention? What am I doing? Or am I truly wanting to contribute? I'm asking these questions without any shade of myself. Like, I'm really wondering. No, I love the way they look. All manual. I don't have any autofocus. I have one autofocus lens, but I never use the autofocus, the Sigma. No, it's I wanted to have one zoom lens, so I got the 28-70. I know what I'm talking about now. It was because of the pandemic, man. I don't know. It's like, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do a play this year. I haven't done one since it all happened, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do one. I really want to do it. But it's been hard for me because I've been going through this kind of... Anyway, you know what? I'm making a video about this, so watch the video. Watch the video, whatever. You don't have 20 minutes of your life. Did you watch the movie? I sent it to you. Man, people are like conditioned, like that you can't watch something more than like 3 minutes long. It seems to everything more than 3 minutes is too long. I'm against it, yo. No, you should watch it. It's not finished. It's kind of, I thought it was finished, but I met somebody who's going to help me with the sound design and get deeper into the color. No, I did everything myself, so I think it's pretty good. But I want to see how far I could take it. He seems to think it was really special, so I'm just trying to stay open to not always doing everything by myself. I'm trying to check in with myself and remember, why did I become an artist in the first place? A performing artist, not somebody behind the scenes. And I'm a writer, a playwright. I write music. I write screenplays. I create narratives. I'm writing. I write every day of my life. Like, not a day goes by where I'm not writing, ever. And so I'm spending so much of my energy and my life with my work. And then the goal is always to share it. And so I'm wondering, why do I want to share it so much? What am I hoping for? What do I want the audience to get out of it? What do I want them to take away? Do I want them to take me away with them? Like, not forget me, like be impressed with my performance? Or do I want them to be inspired by the story that I share? Or do I want the story to be unforgettable? Or do I want to be unforgettable? Like, what am I trying to do? Yo, by the way, did you hear today, there's a train going by, did you hear today, Jasmine, who lived on the 4th floor? No, I moved, I left there. But, yeah, Rochambeau. So remember Jasmine on the 4th floor? She was supposed to graduate from Columbia. She's not going to have a graduation now. Yeah, I feel bad, but you know what? She's out there protesting, and she's studying to be a civil rights attorney, so she's actually doing what she studied to do. You know what I mean? But I think she's learning the sacrifice fast. You know what I mean? Like, no graduation. I think they're going to have like small scale graduations or something like that, but I think it's a good thing, actually. It's like applied science. Let this train go by, man. And this is my issue, because what's interesting is I'm a performing artist. Like, my whole life is about either getting on stage or finishing a movie and doing a screening or getting it into theaters or whatever and just having people share the work with me, receive it, and then, you know, I have an exchange with them. Now in film, the exchange is usually online or, you know, if I do screenings in the theater, I mean, obviously I can't be with everybody every time they stream one of my movies or go to the theater or whatever, but in the theater, the live theater, I get to be there with people, and so I get to have that moment with them. You know, I get to be in the same space with all these beautiful people, this sacred space, and the lights go down and the story starts, and I get to share this story and create this world that people can get lost in and kind of get to know these characters and hopefully fall in love with the characters and care about them and worry about them and root for them and hope for them and just really, you know, come with me on this yellow brick road of mine that I create, and then come to an ending that hopefully gives all of us something. Crazy loud. They go pretty long sometimes. Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me still? I'm going to keep talking. It's loud over here. You can hear me? Yeah, so I think it's like pretty amazing when you think about it. Like she's, you know, studying to see, you know, it's like she's learning theoretically what her life is going to be like if she actually goes to law school and finishes and goes through the whole process, but now she's actually seeing, like, you know, what real life is like. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the complexities of everything that's happening right now. And people want to just tear everything down. Right, it's not that simple. Well, yeah, it's been fucked up forever, so, you know, maybe that's what it needs. We need to tear everything down. I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's happening right now. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know how I am, so I don't put up with any kind of discrimination against anybody. You know, I've been protesting my whole life. I'm the disruptive artist, remember? So you know, I'm good. I'm down with it, but I also, you know, I'm watching everything just completely deteriorate around us. Like, you know, I think about your daughter all the time. Like, what's this world going to be like for her in another year? You know, what about November when this, you know, we're voting for the presidency? It's going to be crazy. You know, she just turned 11, right? So am I answering my question yet? I don't know, because what's really interesting and ironic about all this is that I don't like social media. I mean, I'm on social media. I have a pretty good, you know, experience from day to day on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, but not really, because I'm not really participating. Like every once in a while, yeah, I post stuff. But generally, I just post promotional things like come to my show, watch my movie. You know, I don't do like self-promoting, like I'm the greatest, I'm the best, you need to know me, I need to be popular, give me likes, you know, subscribe to my channel. Like, I don't do any of that. I just go, I made this movie, please watch it. I have a play coming up. I think it's an important story. Please come to the theater. You know, usually it ain't about me. It's about this thing that I created that I want to share with people. But what is social media? You know, people are branding themselves. You know, people are creating these profiles. But are they real? Are they genuine? Are people trying to be... Okay, I don't want to talk about people in general, although maybe this is about people in general, because I think everybody now kind of considers themselves an artist of some sort, you know. Everybody has an Instagram page or a Facebook page or a YouTube channel. They have something. Everybody has to make a profile picture, a selfie. Everybody has to write something about themselves. It's like a weird kind of world that we're living in. And so I consider everybody some kind of artist or performer. And I don't know if you would think of yourself that way, but you are kind of performing. Because, you know, my question is, are you being genuine, really? Like, if somebody meets you in person, are you pretty sure that they're getting exactly what they see on your Instagram page or your Facebook page or your YouTube channel? Or are they getting something that you've created? You know, this kind of alter ego that you've built that you want to be, that maybe it's the way you see yourself in the world, but is that what people are going to see and feel and meet if they see you in person? Yeah, I mean, as messed up as everything's been, now things are getting crazy. Like I don't know. You know, about 15 years ago, when I started to perform as a solo artist, actually more, 17, 18 years ago, all of a sudden people were posting pictures of me on the internet all the time, posting videos of me all the time, and it was pissing me off. You know, I felt like I had no control over my own image and likeness, as they say. But the more I thought about it, the more I liked it, because I was like, you know what? That's what I look like. That's who I am. That's me right now, today. It's not my high school graduation. It's not from 7 years ago when I looked really good that night. Like, that's me. That's what people saw yesterday at the theater. Last night from 8 o'clock to 10:30 at night, that's what people saw. They shot that on their phones and they posted it on social media, and that's me. I can't hide from it. That's my picture. That's a video of me. That's how I talk. That's what I'm doing. You know, that's where I'm at right now. But like, I think a lot of people are trying to be more important or larger or bigger than their art. So now I'm going to shift the conversation over to artists. You know, like, yeah, I know, I try never to use AI for anything, but you know, I realize that I use it every day. You know, like I use talk to text, right? We have autocorrect, you know. We have stuff that fills in your email when it thinks it knows what you're going to say. Like sometimes I hit the tab button, but I hate it. You know what I mean? Like I hate that it exists. I hate it's part of my life. You know, my fingers are all messed up from scrolling and using my cell phone all the time. Like if we were living in the 70s or the 80s, we wouldn't even, like a lot of people have these physical kind of ailments that they never had before because of these devices that we're using. We're getting lazy. I think people's spines are changing, you know, from looking down all the time, from sitting all the time. I just think, like, I don't know, like you know, obviously, you know, look, technology, development, like, you know, progress is a good thing, but it could be a bad, I think we're learning it could be a really bad thing too. And I think that we're kind of moving beyond what a human physical person should be living inside of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think a lot of this is very positive. I don't think we need cars that don't have people driving them, you know, or I don't think we need to take the jobs from these girls or these guys in the, you know, the checkout people in these stores. I mean, they're standing there looking at people doing self-checkout anyway, you know, like they can't get it together. And even if they do get it together, like why? What are you like intending with regards to your craft, you know? Like, what is your goal? Like, are you hoping to be popular, well-known, have the most followers? Because I know that in the case of theaters, for example, if you're trying to perform at a theater, they are very interested in how many followers you have on Instagram. What kind of social media presence do you have? Because they got to fill seats. And believe it or not, I believe that's more important to most theaters than the quality of the work, the meaningfulness of the work, the quality, you know, like the impact of the work. I don't think theaters or, you know, film studios or what, I don't think they're as interested as they are in how popular you are, how many followers you have, how many people are like behind you and, you know, supporting you. I think actually, to be honest with you, you can suck at what you do, But if you figured out a way to put it out there where people get excited about it and they're really anticipating what you're going to present to them, I think you could probably be successful to a certain extent, even more successful than people are the highest level of artists, the John Coltrane level, the Miles Davis level, the Jimi Hendrix, you know, the Beethoven, the Sir John Gielgud. Like if you are at the highest level of actor, musician, painter, sculptor, dancer, you know, anything, any kind of art form, you could be the greatest in the world. But if you don't have a social media presence, if you don't have followers, you're going to have a rough time making money. Anyway, no, I love it. I love it. You know, first of all, $475. Like this camera is like, in some ways, I mean, I'm not going to say it's better than the S5 because I love the S5 and I'm certainly not replacing it. But first of all, a micro four thirds camera, like I had a totally different perspective or kind of, you know, thought in my head of what it was like. Like I basically feel like I could do anything with the micro four thirds that I could do with my full frame. You know, like as long as I get like blazing fast lenses or, you know, get an adapter, get a speed booster, right? I mean, so what difference does it make? I can get that depth of field, I can get low light, I could do everything with it, you know? And by the way, I've shot a lot in low light with this camera and it looks great. Like I don't understand what people are really talking about. Like I feel like sometimes, like when people are talking about the A7S III and stuff like that and how it can see in the dark, like when do you need that? You know what I mean? Like when do you know, unless you're like a private investigator doing something, but if you're making a movie, you're not using, you don't need 12,800 ISO, you know? I mean, I like the dual native ISO on the S5. That helps me a lot because then I can keep my ND filter on and I could use any aperture I want. And on the GH5 is a little bit more limited, but not really. You know, as long as I have, like these lenses are both f1.4, so micro four thirds, that's more like f2.8, right? Which actually, it's easier to focus. You know what I mean? Like if I'm shooting myself especially, you know, I don't have to like stand perfectly still. You know, I can move around a little bit. And, you know, I love the fact that even though, you know, 1080 is fine most of the time for anybody, but I like that the GH5 is like unlimited recording in 4K, right? No, it's unlimited, no limit. 30 minutes on the S5.